Every day our wonderful guides start their free walking tours in front of the Powder Tower, but apparently a lot of tourists find it difficult to locate this giant Gothic tower in the city of Prague. One moment. Hello, this is 100 Spire City Tours. Hi, I'm here in front of the Powder Tower, but I can't see the guide. Yes, we're also here, just look for a red umbrella with 100 written on it. No, I don't see any red umbrellas. Oh, and can you see Hibernia Theater? Just a church, a river, and a bridge? Aha, okay. Yes, a lot of people confuse this tower with one of the towers on the Charles Bridge. Even though these two towers are located on the opposite sides of the old town, they do look very similar. Both of them are Gothic and they used to be the medieval gates to the city. And if you thought that this is where the confusion with the Powder Tower ends, you were wrong. Just a couple of days ago, we received this message. Nobody turned up at the Powder Bridge at 10:09. Hi, it's 9:57 now. Guides are waiting in front of the Powder Gate with a red umbrella opened. We've been here for 30 minutes and no red umbrella. Most likely you're somewhere else, not where our meeting point is. Guides are there checking in guests. Am I in the wrong place? Two guards at front of entrance. Yes, you are in the Prague Castle. We don't meet at the Powder Bridge. Where are you? Instructions said Powder Bridge online. No, the instructions say Powder Tower at Náměstí Republiky. We also include the street address. We'll book another time. The reason why this man went to the Powder Bridge instead of the Powder Tower is because of this tower, located in the Prague Castle. To make things even more complicated, there's another Powder Tower, but on the opposite side of the river, in the Prague Castle. They're both called that way because they used to be storages for gunpowder. You might be thinking, Valerie, why would Czech people name two towers the same name? Technically, they didn't, because in Czech they're called Prašná brána and Prašná věž, Powder Gate and Powder Tower. By the way, this is not the first time the Czech name was butchered by the English translation. This is why Malá Strana, literally translated as little side or little quarter, is known in English as the lesser town, which has a slightly different meaning, or why Czech knedlíky are translated as dumplings on menus, even though they have nothing in common. We don't have to walk too far to find another source of confusion for tourists in the Prague Castle. It is the Black Tower. This one. Yes, it used to be black because there was a fire and the tower got dirty and nobody was cleaning it for a while, but then they did, and long and behold, it's not black anymore. But why change the name, right? It would just mess things up. Okay, let's go to our next stop. And we're here. Another source of confusion for tourists in Prague is the Prague Castle itself, the most visited attraction. So what's wrong with it?
Excuse me, can you please tell me where is the castle?
This is the castle.
No, I mean Prague Castle, not the castle.
Yeah, this is the Prague Castle, you're here.
I don't believe you.
For some reason, tourists refuse to believe that this is a castle. So here we are at one of the most famous viewpoints where you can see the Prague Castle. Now, be honest, can you pinpoint the place where Prague Castle starts and ends? Does this look like a castle to you? Something is off here. I'll give you a couple of seconds to figure it out. The answer is there are no moats, drawbridges or defense towers here. I mean, we've been to medieval castles on this channel before. Křivoklát, Karlštejn. I could barely climb a hill and there were also death traps all over the place. And the only thing which is preventing you from entering this castle is a guard who cannot speak or move. In 15th century, nobody would even ask this silly question. Where is the Prague Castle? Just look at this picture. You can see the moats, you can see towers and other defense structures. It's just over time Prague Castle lost most of it. And now it doesn't look like a typical castle. But at least we can enjoy the beautiful views. And by the way, this big church over there, that's our next stop. the Church of St. Nicholas, one of the most beautiful Baroque churches in Prague. We highly recommend visiting it. What we don't recommend is setting up a date here, because guess what? There are two churches of St. Nicholas, one here in the lesser town and another one is on the old town square. How come is that? This time it is not a mistake of an incorrect translation, it is the mistake of history, because up until 1784 Prague used to be comprised of several towns, so having two churches named after the same saint was not a problem, because they were not in the same town, technically. But then in 1784 they united the towns, and that's how the confusion started. Up until now you can find this mistake in many articles and videos online when they recommend going inside of this church to see the beautiful Baroque frescoes, but they actually put the pictures of the one in the old town. We saved the most confusing thing for last. Prague has one of the best public transports in the world. It is very simple to use, which is why tourists overthink it and make mistakes for which they are fined. So if you don't want to end up losing your money in Prague because you validated the ticket wrongly, watch this video next. Thank you for watching this incredibly detailed video about how to care for your garden roses. Joking, I'm just trying to make you confused, but don't get confused when you are in Prague. Thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you in our next one. Bye! Unbelievable! That stood me up.